With problems hounding the Northern Tollways, what is the situation in the south as well? Let's get an update from Skyway O&M Corporation President Manuel Bonoan. He joins us tonight on The Final Word. Mr. Bonoan, thank you so much for joining us. The situation along the North Luzon Expressway, as reported by Chrissy de Matulac, has been abysmal. All right. Skyway O&M Corporation also operates the TPLEX, the Tarlac-Pangasinan-La Union Expressway. Have you had any problems there?
Well, good evening, Rico, and good evening to our listeners. Well, just for one thing, let me just point out that the San Miguel Tollways include actually, of course, the Tarlac-Pangasinan-La Union Expressway in the north. And of course, we also operate the Skyway systems, the upgrade, the Skyway system itself. And then we operate also the NAIA Expressway and then the South Luzon Expressway.
So over the past week, Mr. Bonoan, have you had any issues in terms of the RFID stickering, in terms of the toll barriers moving up, in terms of paying from the motorists?
Well, let me also point out that when we started it in December 1st, actually to implement the cashless program, we had a little surge of traffic because it also happened that it was actually the first day, working day of the week, and of course after a long vacation, so there was a small buildup of traffic at the toll plazas. But this actually, the traffic was just an ordinary surge of traffic for this type of a day, actually in first day of the week and then long holiday. But as far as the cashless program implementation in the South Tollways and TPLEX, for that matter, it went on smoothly up to now. Actually, we did not have much of our problems at our toll plazas. Actually, in catering to the new RFID registered vehicles, who were quite happy with their travel along the expressways that we manage here, actually.
So, Mr. Bonoan, a key issue, apart from having those RFID stickers, is that motorists must also have sufficient load in their respective cards to avoid toll plaza traffic. Have you had problems with vehicles that did not have sufficient load?
Yes, of course, Rigo. Yeah, I think this is actually a... we can understand actually that some of the new registrants to the RFID system, it will take some time for them to get acquainted with how they're going to load and things like this. But we're very tolerant to them at this point in time because we have this. We have anyway a moratorium period where we can, up to January 11, where we can assist and instruct all these motorists to acquaint them with the process that for loading and how they have to load and how they're going to operate inside the expressways with their RFID. So anyway, yes, there have been some problems. But it's a matter of explaining to them because there are two types actually, and we have actually what we call a auto sweep to go wallet. Yes. That is, we don't require too much of a documentation that is needed, and it goes with it a card actually that will give you that at the back of the card has instructions on how to load it.
But Mr. Bonoan, a lot of motorists would like to find out right now, when will there be an interoperability of the auto sweep and easy trip RFIDs? Because, I mean, many of them have lined up for the easy trip RFIDs for 2 hours, and then for the auto sweep, another 2 hours. Eventually, will the softwares of both companies merge, so the auto sweep can work in an easy trip and the easy trip can also work on the auto sweep?
Yes, Rico. Of course, we are now in the works actually of this phase 2 of we call it phase 2 of the interoperability program between the two expressway systems actually, and I think stickering is just one of the issues actually that we have to address. It's actually on how it is being read at the toll plazas of each of the expressways that in the north and in the south. This is the most challenging part of the interoperability, because even if we have a sticker, and we know that the sticker, I think it's the readability of these stickers that would be a very challenging part actually to become interoperable
So,
for
Mr.
both.
Bonoan, briefly,
Yeah.
when do you think will this happen, the interoperability of both RFIDs?
Well, we're working on it actually. As a matter of fact, there has been a memorandum of agreement that has just been signed between the North Expressways and the South. I think it was just on last Friday that the memorandum of agreement that we will now continue with the reading rate for both.
And is there a deadline when both will be able to work with each other? Is there a deadline?
Well, there's no specific deadlines, but I think the instructions of the Department of Transportation is we expect that there should be some already recommendations during the first quarter of next year.
That's good news. First quarter of 2021, there will be interoperability between the RFIDs. Thank you so much.
There
Recommendations.
will be recommendations, Rico. I think now these are going to be, as I said, these are very challenging aspects of the interoperability.
All right. Thank you so much. Sir, I'm sorry we've run out of time, but we really appreciate for your joining us on The Final Word. Skyway O&M Corporation President Manuel Bonoan.